Locked on target. Give us the green light. Over.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Prototype. Crows abound and a weird bubble kind of thing in the sky. Now it's kind of odd when I was doing the helicopter runs around Manhattan to see that even though almost a half of the population is infected with the virus at this point, that everybody is still out and going to work in places that aren't infected. Everybody still has serious business to do. It's like Manhattan isn't even infected. And I thought I did that parking job correctly, but I guess not. Oh well, it's fine. It didn't blow up. Nobody seems to mind, so let's move on. So you can kind of see that the infected zones are creeping up on the safe house this time, so instead of the military getting close to the safe house, well, the infected people are going to get there, which is a bit of an annoyance. However, we have a brand new list of upgrades to do, so let's look through those. Of course, we're only going to be getting 3 at a time, starting with Street Sweeper, because that has been on our list for quite some time, and we might as well get it now. A wonderful combo ability with the Whip Fist. And it's been far too long. Let's upgrade our movement. A lot. Starting with the Air Dash Double. Gives us 2 air dashes instead of 1. Now, you can see that there's Air Dash Double Boost, which is a boost to the second air dash. So, when you use the air dash, it's going to be... the first one is going to be boosted and the second one isn't. Then we have air recovery, which I don't really use very often. Simply because, well, you can usually recover out of being exploded simply by air dashing. But air recovery is certainly good to have. Get more speed, get more jump, and also wall jump latch, which I don't really use at all. Apparently it's good for doing quick wall jumps, but I tend to always just kind of go up the wall, go up a bit, and then jump off regularly into a couple of air dashes and gliding. Now, we haven't gotten anything in survivability since Critical Mass, so let's boost that, boost our health, and actually get some regeneration going. Now, regeneration is exactly what you would expect. It's instant regeneration of your health. It doesn't go all the way up to max, but it certainly helps. Now, Adrenaline Surge, I've been kind of thinking about whether or not I want to get it or not. And I've actually decided not to get it. Challenge myself a little bit. But for the sake of the game, I might as well show off what Adrenaline Surge actually does. And that'll be at the end of this once I look through the rest of the upgrades. We have a couple more combat abilities, including another Devastator. 2 more Devastators, actually. Critical Pain and the Air Ground Spike Graveyard Devastator. But in terms of right now, we've had a couple of these upgrades here for a while, so let's go and get a couple of them. Including the Air Knuckle Shockwave, which is the Knuckle Shockwave, but instead you can now do it in the air. Covering 360 degrees. Which also unlocks the Air Tendril Barrage Devastator, which is, well, the Tendril Barrage, but in the air. Not something I actually use very often, I don't recall. Now, I wasn't sure about what the last ability I was going to get in terms of fighting and attack, but I kind of just settled on Cannonball, because Cannonball is a fun ability to use. A little annoying to pull off because of the button positions. But it's quick, it's powerful, and it's kind of silly looking, but pretty awesome all the same. Now, anyway, time to look at what Adrenaline Surge actually does. It is a valuable ability for any playthrough in the game because what it does is it gives you a second chance before you actually die. There are a lot of cases where you could be killed in one hit. Adrenaline Surge makes you not get killed in one hit. What it does is give you a small chunk of health. If you're going to die, it gives you a small chunk of health. And let's just show that in good practice here, because we have a tank down here. So if you're getting assailed by a lot of missiles, or whatnot, you'll hear that noise, and when that happens, you're in Adrenaline Surge, which means that you have that small bit amount of health left. However, it's all in critical mass state, so you can use it in one of two ways. Either run away, which is probably the better option, or do one last-ditch devastator in order to take down the enemies around you. I tend to use it to just run away, because then you get horrible results like that, and this. Did I mention the ragdolling in this game is kind of fun to look at? It totally is. So there is Adrenaline Surge for you. Certainly a handy ability, but a bit of a crutch for some people. Now, Wall Jump Latch is this move right here. Not something I really use very often because I don't know, it doesn't have any sort of punch to it compared to just sliding down the wall. Now, an interesting thing about consuming with the blade ability is that the blade has a huge reach to it whenever you're moving. So, you usually tend to hit multiple targets who are right nearby you when you're consuming one person. So you can do extra damage to people around you. And here's the cannonball for you. It's kind of fun to use, I'm not gonna lie. Well, as much as I would like to stay around with this alert, I'm gonna go up to the safe house here and show off the next ability, which is the Air Knuckle Shockwave. Which looks like a hoorah kind of victory pose kind of thing. Same as the Knuckle Shockwave, but in the air, like I said. And finally, probably the best combo attack, for me anyways in the game, the Street Sweeper. It doesn't cover the full 360 degrees, but it certainly is a great way of taking out a lot of organic targets really fast. Also, I may have mentioned before that the blade power takes tanks down like nobody's business. When they're saying that the blade is the most powerful attack ability, they're not joking. But now it's time for the mission. If you remember from last time, we didn't really leave Dana off on the right foot because we kind of told her that we were eating and killing people. So let's go see her.
So, what did Raglan have to say?
Dana, I'm sorry. I didn't know how to tell you. I need to know why. They made me this way, and I need to understand.
It's alright, Alex. It's fine. Look, no matter what, you're still my brother. What is it?
Shh, wait. Hold on. Dana!
Well, this is a turn of events. Say hello to a new enemy type, the Leader Hunter. And, well, we gotta go chase after it because it has Dana. That's not good. Now, these next couple missions are gonna have a couple of interesting features to them that are rather one-off-ish. Including this part right here, which is keeping up with the hunter in question. If you do not keep up with him, you will probably fail the mission because you will lose sight of him, and therefore Dana will be lost forever. So keep up. Because if you don't, the game will actually subtly, passively yell at you saying falling behind, which I kind of think is... In addition to saying falling behind, I just want like a finger wagging at me. Like, no, 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 you're falling behind. Also, Dana's screaming a lot. Now, sometimes this leader hunter will turn around and come right at you and take a swing at you. So it's best to keep your distance in that case, because these guys are not friendly, especially when this leader hunter is invincible. You cannot do any damage to it, no matter how many flying kicks you want to try at it. Look at the amount of cars he just flung past. Don't worry, Dana, you're doing fine. This is an awesome amusement park ride. If it wasn't for the threat of human life, I probably would enjoy this in an amusement park. It'd be cool. So yeah, this part lasts fairly long. But I don't really see any issue with it, to be honest. Especially when it's all it feels all dynamic and organic with the movements of the hunter as well. And for some reason that throw did not work. And with that, we've reached the end of the line, which means it's time to do some fighting. Now, after fighting with no powers for so long, this sequence was kind of weird to get back into. So you might as well start with some letting off some steam in terms of Devastator attacks.
Strike package Bravo is away. Repeat, Bravo is away. Deploy strike asset.
Really, the only thing that was going through my head during this fight was, on top of just killing all of the hunters, is the fact that I have so much variety in order to take down enemies again that I'm a bit overwhelmed. It's rather weird. Except I want that helicopter gone. And also the strike team. There are way too many helicopters around here that could pose potential problems, even with our armor ability on.
What's the status in the kill zone? All teams, report.
Now, in all cases with fighting against the hunters, the whip and muscle mass tend to not be my choice weapons in order to take down hunters. Simply because it's like they do damage, but they don't do enough damage fast enough. And besides, I have the blade now, so I might as well test out how powerful it is. And it is powerful. But with that out of the way, time for another pursuit. Rather short, though, so it's not that special. We get a good look at Alex's hair. We don't get that very often in the game. It's all matted down and brown. I have nothing to say about his hair. But anyway, that's the end of the mission. We get a ton of evolution points during this point and onwards, just to pretty much pay for the expensive prices of the upgrades. But, new hunter type, which means that Elizabeth Green is busy. What does she want with Dana? Where is she herself? And where can we find that hunter leader again? Because apparently we just lost her because of the UAVs. I hate them. I hate them so much. But hopefully those questions will be answered. Maybe. They hopefully will be in the next couple of missions. So I'll see you next time, everyone, as we do that and hopefully rescue Dana quickly. See you next time, everyone.
I had no idea why Green took my sister. Revenge? Bait for a trap? All I knew was I had to get her back. These infected are like animals. But there's something more. Like a hidden hand guiding them. The hive mind became my only chance. It was a clue to find Dana. I thought by consuming infected minds I could follow the link and that would lead me to the one that took her. But then I realized I had the means. I had Blackwatch cornered. I had their cancer weapon. I could put a stop to this right at the source if I could just get close enough to Green. So I find Dana, kill Green, stop the madness. Simple as a shot.
Look at your handiwork now.
Oh yeah, they're headless. An infected army without a leader. It's only a matter of time before they're wiped out.
And if there are other leaders out there?
No. They're all dead. All dead. Except me.
Hey, you heard anything about this Chinese food place? It's okay. It's okay, Chinese food.